Alright, Juggle Fox, let's start with the second act. And update on my health. My health is deteriorating. I am coming down with something it appears. Let's start.
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
In that case,
I wish I could taste the food every day. Actually,
please wait here a moment.
Wait, isn't there like a website that Heyoooverse made that has like recipes for food that they make that they do in Genshin? I mean, the food in Genshin is based off of culinary food, based on tradition. You know what? I'm gonna check it out.
Ooh, everything looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you
bread.
like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
And if it's not?
Well,
Execution.
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
Yeah, that shit was rad. You just see this bird just fucking turn into water, just like that one creature from fucking Pikmin 2. Like, what was the name? What was the name again? I think it was Brave something. Let me see. Pikmin 2. The Wraith. The Water Wraith. Yeah, everybody's gonna be dissolved and turn into one big old water wraith. That shit scared me when I was a kid.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking. We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
I bet my bottom dollar, if they somehow return back to being human, it's Sandrone, but if not, then it's not her, because why would she water up people? You can't make dolls out of that.
Which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exist. Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
Oh yeah, you live in the equivalent of Birmingham. I've been there.
It's all right.
You have a nice table though.
This was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right?
I just want to find my sister.
Like, what are your future plans?
We wanted to ask the Hydro Archon for some information, but we haven't had much opportunity to do so. She is just gonna gaslight us, I feel.
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
Yeah, she was baby raging.
I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon. I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Well, would you consider some more, unique
Let's
ways?
kidnap her.
Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
Kidnapping. Let's nab her, boys. Let's go. Woo!
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play. Don't you think?
Alright. That's a good way to start.
Something a little more practical. This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
Did you forget about the Valoria Mirage, Paimon? Come on.
Alright, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then
What?
wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions.
What the fuck is that? Navia, what the fuck? She's just gonna be sleeping, and then we just, hey, where the fuck is my sister? Nah, you ain't going to sleep, You know what you just drank? That's Adderall right there. You ain't going to sleep. You ain't sleeping now.
I can personally testify that this one works.
What?
When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
Oh, okay. I thought you actually, like, hid under Serena's bed.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Again.
Valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep.
How can you overlook something like that? I guess she just does not care.
Alright, no more joking around. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break.
What?
You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
Yeah.
That if we catch her while she's
That's
on
the
a break,
first time I've seen, like,
she
an
might be too
Archon
embarrassed to refuse?
be,
Oh, that does make some
like,
sense.
completely like, hey, yo, you fucking wrong. Besides writing, of course, but that's a whole can of worms. But this is like the first time we've seen an Archon be completely, like, proven wrong, and it's worth a try.
Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Is that this Genshin equivalent of a Fanta?
Was this your drink? Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
Would you?
No,
Wow.
it's fine. We're just about done here.
Yeah, she got tired of your shit.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
Alright, she hates Fanta. I'd have to agree. My drink also tasted that way,
Is
so.
that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then. If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia. Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore.
You could try walking, you know? That'd be very fucking weird, but yeah, try walking.
Nah, that would be so... normal. You know, like you.
Fuck you! What the hell?
Okay.
You call me a
As for
basic bitch,
expenses
okay?
This month, we're left with...
Hey, Navia, what are you doing over there?
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
You guys are a broke gang, really. It seems you and Ito share the same financial issues.
Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Navia!
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your request the highest priority.
Gotcha.
In any case, I wish you smooth sailing.
Say yo. As light rain falls without reason.
Hey, Sarah.
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Aranias might have been the last one.
Vache.
Alright.
Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again?
Yes, and it's clear that it was during the day.
That's kind of spooky. Are you sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
Vache.
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water.
Things will get a little blurry.
Hang on. Paimon can kind of hear a voice. It's calling for Vache, right?
Yeah, okay, you could hear it too. You got ears.
Stop walking. Come on, wake up.
What are you doing? Oh, hello there. Where is this?
Vache! Are you my dear Vache?
I don't think so, no.
No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know where my love is?
Oh, I'm afraid not.
Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know. My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten?
You were once human?
Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who is lost, therefore. If you meet Vache, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is the only thing I still remember.
I believe it will be hard for him to forget you, you know that? If you two loved each other, I don't think it's gonna be that easy to forget about somebody.
Perhaps that is so. As I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness, I saw Vache above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow, such longing. If only I could have comforted him, told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great warmth.
So if I sure saw you being dissolved, being all liquefied and stuff.
Call it? Dissolving. If anything, I consider it a form of release. I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think.
Alright, I wonder how much time has passed in reality. Let's hope it's not been like 50 years.
Farewell, then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence. Remember, if you see Vache, tell him not to seek me out any longer.
Well, who are you? I know you don't remember, but how can I say? What the what? What? What the hell? What happened? Okay, Silver, okay, Muse. Okay, that's you. Okay, nice spin. And you got counterpicked.
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex. Chlorand?
What'd he do? He's just doing his job.
Quick, now's our chance!
They got you. Oh. I'm sorry. I'll shut up. Oh! Exercise that Second Amendment, girl. That's what I'm talking about, okay? Ooh! Good shit.
I should thank you for lending us your sword there,
And they just
Chlorand.
faded into oblivion.
But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
She's a champion duelist. I guess she can go wherever she wants now. Yeah, I don't know.
I followed you. It
Also,
seemed
you're a
to me that
stalker,
danger
too.
has followed you more closely as of late.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking. Is it not?
Exactly.
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust. He would do the same, were he alive today.
Do not speak of my father.
Sorry, demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Chlorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
I doubt I know much more than you. But I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful. None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law.
So they've been illegally modified? I wonder who can use such machines. I wonder.
I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means, deploying them as a private force of sorts.
Well, they lost all that shit.
Your point being
That's a
that
waste
they're
of
out
money.
Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful, and do not act rashly.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish. Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clarand. But if you get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
It's nighttime.
I know, she's...
What happened?
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for! Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Nadia and her gang saved us! Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Chlorine who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Oh, so you're a fighter now, Paimon. I would just be like, setting her hands up, like, let's go, let's go. And then just immediately gets iced. Just like... So you're a fighter now.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. In truth, I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory feast. As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
50 years.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
Better late than never, as they say.
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
What?
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed somehow? Ooh, Paimon's even more amazing than she thought!
Yes.
Congratulations.
All thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
How did that help?
After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said, that the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky.
I thought it tasted strange as well, but I couldn't be sure.
Fanta only comes in sweet flavors, so how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Yes. So if you hadn't drunk
Oh,
that
they gonna
cup for me-
Zeke. They're gonna Zeke people here. They're gonna pull a whole Zeke over here, poisoning the water supply. Damn.
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the boss.
The grandest of awards, $15 coupon for Burger King.
Huh. Really?
Fortunately, Paimon, neither of us are from Fontaine. Otherwise, we would have been, well, we know that Paimon isn't Fontaine.
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate, but whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger and hurried here as quickly as I could.
Tell everyone what happened while you were connected to the ocean.
Vacher. That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately. Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene. But he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been threatened?
Well, if he's still alive, we should try searching for him.
Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate.
Alright, partner.
Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
I don't know why, but sure.
Well, you did say say that our farewell meal didn't really count. That means we're still partners, right?
We were making our way to go meet Farina. Then we just get hit with this. Like,
And besides,
God damn it.
we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
Missing of us will cost them.
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you. We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But we'll take that one step at a time, I guess.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
Good to hear, good to hear.
So, this is your base? It's not quite what Paimon imagined.
Yeah, right next to poo-poo water.
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
Oh, thank you. I didn't realize I was going to be living in Blighttown.
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately. After all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago. I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
Damn.
Your father, he was the previous boss of Spina di Rosula, right? How did he...
He got executed, torn limb from limb.
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No. I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partners, this is something I hope they can understand. My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets.
Callus the Unfaithful, the boy in the streets. What, did he cheat on his wife?
3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial.
Oh, okay.
He died in the duelist's ring.
They should call him Callus the Betrayer. That would have been a much more cooler one. Now people's just gonna think he's a cheater.
Oh no.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was set up. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence. But strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena. 3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself.
Do you have any clues as to why?
The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in, but I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records. However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know something. I must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth. If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive.
That's how dads be
Even
like.
hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me.
Alright, so thanks for the detail,
And
Navia.
now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
Well, for the sake of your family. That's not much of a sight. It's just poo-poo water. You know, you're quite alike in this regards.
Mademoiselle,
Well, we're
please,
quite alike.
if there is anything I can do, anything at all,
Fix your
I
glasses.
also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you, Demoiselle. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet All it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus the Unfaithful. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our strained finances.
People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
But how could... Never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
There is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel was Ms. Clorand.
Oh, no wonder you feel that way. She killed your pops.
Oh, her? Well, then, isn't that as good as saying that she was the one who killed him?
No wonder the mood was a little strange between the two of you.
Yeah, that's not the sort of thing that you can just let go and move on from.
Ms. Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she will not stop either. She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena, there was only ever one choice she could have made.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel.
Well, you had
You
your
don't have
father
to
killed
force
too,
yourself to do
Paimon?
that.
Afterward, Ms. Clorand told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety.
Yep, okay.
Yes, that is our understanding as well.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of me? All right, anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end.
Yeah, it's alright. Whatever. What's Farina?
Thanks. You two should go and rest. This was quite a day after all.
That's lit. An arrest in Blighttown.
Paimon's feet.
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will ensure you rest soundly.
Wait, how did we get back? Wasn't that the last No, well. Anyway. I wanted to talk to him, okay.
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence.
Damn!
It doesn't seem to have a match anywhere.
Just deleted.
I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this
Must have been
angle.
from Arthur. She has
But
a
that
track
does
record
prove
of
that
making
this
people
Vache
disappear.
person is a key witness in the incident.
Does
Just wiped from
that
reality.
mean we're too late, though?
No, there is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten, no matter how much they wanted to. And that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette.
Oh.
A place where detailed files on all the cases in recent years are kept. If the Oceanette you met is one of the young women who went missing recently, we should be able to find some related information there.
So Neuvillette maintains an archive of case files? Whew. Guess that's the hard-working Chief Justice for you. In that case, let's go talk to him, shall we?
Let's go.
Aren't you coming along, Navia? Did you get tired?
Oh, you got a feeling against fish, Daddy?
No, it's nothing. Let's go see the Honorable Chief Justice.
Good, that's what I thought. It's rude to pointy for geez, have some decency. We're in
Please
Fontaine.
state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters.
Sorry, Sadine. I'll call you
This place
Sedan.
does look pretty heavily guarded. Guess that
Just one
proves
single
that
fucking
Neuvillette's
nose in there,
files
what the
are
fuck?
really secure.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Whoa. Watch your tone there, Navia.
Who are you?
Exactly.
Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related to. Our rules make no exceptions.
Exactly, Navia. Jeez, let the power get into your head or something?
See? They've got great discipline, too.
Yep. Paimon can tell.
If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike some, we're busy, so please leave if you don't have a reason to be here.
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago? We were at the trial of the great magician Linny.
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Linny's attorneys. It's all coming back to me now.
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
Huh. Is that even a thing?
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official business. You can trust us.
All right then, I'll let you through. The Chief Justice is just inside.
This is some shit security.
Thanks so much.
Just like, oh yeah, you can trust me. Trust me, bro. Trust me. Like, I never heard of this shit. You are a fucking guard sedan, and then some people over here pop up like, hey, yo, trust me, bro. Trust me. Like, whatever.
Please come in.
Oh, sorry, sir. Hello there, sir. And you got a typewriter too? Oh my god, you're so sweet.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Nervalet. We only lied to get in because we didn't know any other way.
Why'd you fucking
It's
say
all
you were
right.
lying?
Please let me know how I may be of assistance to you.
Thank you, he's
So
chill.
you're not mad at us?
We're looking for a man called Vacher. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him, we may be able to unearth some key information on the case.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the files.
Alright.
Who knew that Nervalet would be so easy to talk to?
Like free sofas here.
I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vacher has been involved in any case, criminal or civil, in the past several years.
Must have been like pre-cataclysm or something like that. Must have been like 500-year-old case.
There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
Traveler, what if it was really just a dream?
Is that so? All right then. Thank you so much, Monsieur Neuvillette. We'll take our leave now.
Ahem. Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man. We deeply regret his passing.
And what are you trying to say, Monsieur Neuvillette?
Oh my.
Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? Or just express some tendril of regret?
Damn, a 10?
No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words. You only said those things because you felt like you should.
Damn.
It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort. You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead. In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear. If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you call a stop to the duel?
Oh my, she's crying. Oh dear.
Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die, despised and hated by all?
Damn.
Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed everything. There are still so many things I never got to tell him. So many questions he still owes me answers to.
She's just trauma dumping at this point. Well, rightfully so, but...
If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
Oh my.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone. It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express anything. Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice. My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
I like the complexity. The character building is pretty nice, though. You good, Navia?
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Rain. It's raining.
You know, I heard people saying that Nuvile is like the Hydro Dragon, because he's like a dragon or something like that. And Fremine talking about when it rains is because the Hydro Dragon is crying, so you made him cry. If that's the case, you just made him cry.
Right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be any active trials today. How strange.
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of murder, it was also raining.
What is it? Did you think of something?
Your father's case, was he outside when it happened?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value.
But there was something you didn't know at the time.
Wait. You don't mean...
The fact that people can be turned into water.
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water? And then got washed away with the rain? Yeah. And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the authorities.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, hey yo, this man turned into water. This man turned his he demoleculized.
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. You're completely right. How did I not connect the dots earlier?
But that would have to mean that the murderer dissolved himself. So that means there's a way to undissolve?
Alright, let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind, we'll get to the bottom of my father's case for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna make progress for sure this time.
Do you want to go with me now? Or do you want to head over by yourself later?
Let's go.
Great. Let's go then.
Whoa, what a huge ship! Why would a ship be anchored at a place like this?
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters. My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common.
As well as building places, are you guys like cave goblins or something like that? Like y'all just like building underground?
A gigantic and glamorous
Y'all
ship
fucking dwarves.
embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious past. Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would live in the sewers. But now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself, she's been convinced.
You're cave goblins.
Poisson is where Spina di Rosula began, after all. It's our main base, our home.
What the fuck is this? What eldritch? Look at those eyes. Oh, it's swinging. Oh god, oh god.
Melus, we're back!
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important partners.
What do you mean for the wait? We came to you.
You said before that you still had some business at the court. What brings you back to Poisson so quickly?
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You see, what if my father's case had something to do with water from the primordial sea? You still remember, right, Melus? On that night, it was raining?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's. Both were what you'd call impossible murders.
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened before?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth began to gain popularity in Poisson.
What?
At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
Wait! Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial water could be used to produce some kind of potion?
Oh, so y'all just got drugs. Yeah, okay, y'all just got drugs.
He did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea. If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your emotions. And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything. It's an extremely dangerous substance.
So it's basically liquid cocaine.
As he oversaw Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse. and
So y'all
called
just
for a
sold
complete
crack.
ban
Or,
of it.
not y'all, those guys sold crack.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, but no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, he refused to yield. Not only that, Boss became determined to find the mastermind behind the synth operation and put an end to the problem once and for all.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers, all of whom only sold the stuff and weren't privy to the rest of the operation. Recognizing that, my father decided to
Could those
contact
be
the
the
dealers
same
in secret
guys
and
as
cultivate personal
from the Sino
relationships
story
with them.
quest?
Finally, he was able to convince someone to become his informant.
Because the Sino story quest talked about an organization that was doing illegal business activities, and Sino caught that guy who was trying to cross the border over to Fontaine. So, I don't know. In my humble opinion, I feel like those two are connected
The
somehow.
man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about
Oh,
his work
Jacques-Pierre.
after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse. That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques over some food.
Okay, rich
But
ass.
then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun, and Jacques, who was already dead on the ground.
Huh? How did that happen? Aren't they on the same side?
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at all. Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene.
Oh, so they could have belonged to someone who got dissolved.
Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back then, we all just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at the banquet. But, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider why the 2 shots were fired.
Boss also didn't tell you that he had been diagnosed with a rare illness.
What?
The doctors told him that he had no more than 5 years left to live.
Oh, so he had a death
The
wish.
serial disappearances case caused him great anxiety. 5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict. But once he passed away, all the danger would pass on to you. Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating evidence for the other side, and even told some members of Spina de Rosula about the details.
Ooh, do tell,
But
spill
as
the
long
tea.
as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence with the public. If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victims.
Oh. That's pretty smart, actually. So basically strong-arm the people not to fucking dissolve you.
Right. So nobody would be able to get off scot-free.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take Demoiselle's life.
Up until now.
No, I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to me.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful was still far preferable than losing face in front of his daughter.
So he chose to die in silence, so that he could protect me.
I mean, that's what it looked
I'm
like.
afraid you're not understanding this correctly, Demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved, I'm sure he'd be extremely proud.
That fool. Couldn't he have just given it to me straight? No. He might have set up everything precisely because he never thought I'd be able to understand him.
And she's crying again, oh
Is
god.
that the amount of confidence he had in me?
She's going
And
through
what
it.
if
She's
I
going
was
through the
never
ringer.
able to make it to where I am now?
He gave you the choice to live how you want.
I suppose that's true. With the way he'd set things up, if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world. But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. In this case, he really didn't need to give me an easy way out. Malus, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
It's the location where synth is produced. Essentially, it's the enemy's headquarters. When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of the incriminating evidence he found. But if you want to use it against the enemy, you'll still have to take several things into consideration.
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just go storming in?
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous organization that's been in operation for decades. There's no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. We also have no idea what kind of evidence we may be able to find inside, nor what people we may be able to capture. Let me think. One conclusion I came to is that the enemy must be quite familiar with Spina di Rosula, or at least have an informant planted here. When I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep a few people in the dark and observe the reactions of the synth vendors. If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. If the vendors packed up and fled, however, then someone must have given them the news. After several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, I've narrowed the suspect list down to 3 people. The first is Florent, Spina di Rosula's senior advisor.
Huh? Florent?
No, no, not
Surprising,
Florent.
isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most, which also means that he was someone who understood Boss really well. Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always knew our upcoming plans and could thus avoid capture this whole time. There's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of
Marcel.
Confrérie of Cabrières.
Uncle Marcel.
Uncle Marcel.
It's a guild in Poisson. Boss helped it to grow to its current size and prominence. In the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds around, with a lot of business connections in the city.
So, they're like a sister organization of Spina di Rosula?
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting
Yes,
against the synth
DR.
dealers, they provided us with plenty of support.
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible
Thierry.
for coordinating information between Spina di Rosula and the guards. Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still many activities we have to report to the local authorities. Since Thierry is always in the know about our current activities, he could theoretically always plan one step ahead.
I see. These are all people who I communicate with quite regularly. To think that the enemy we've been fighting against has been right next to me all along, among those I trust the most. It's almost too hard to believe.
If you want to investigate them, please take every precaution to not alert the quarry. Judging from our experience, the enemy is extremely cautious. It is settled, then. Please excuse me, and enjoy your conversation at your leisure.
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Malus.
Excuse me, miss. Do you need anything from us?
Sorry, okay, damn, Adele.
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
Let's not bother her for
I'm
now.
sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of mora and support. I understood your guilt and apology to be genuine.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques? I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so needlessly.
You don't understand at all.
I didn't know how to face you, because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you, and to all of us.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Would you mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques.
He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally.
He was
For
just
the
providing
longest
for his
time, he
family.
thought
Oh my
more
god,
was
your father's Walter White.
So when Mr. Callis
He was
came
just
to
trying
him
to
with a
provide for his
proposal,
family.
he accepted it almost
He was just selling his
immediately.
product.
He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the
What
higher-ups.
the fuck is that?
They found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us.
That means someone ordered Jacques to take out Cal.
I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to.
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
Hello, Florette.
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House. Someone got turned into water right in front of us.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. And it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
Got a nice beard.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside, and we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case. Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
Let me think. Mr. Callis was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after? My first reaction was that Mr. Callis's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene.
Oh, you grabbed your strap too?
When
Okay,
I got
okay.
there, it was already too late. Mr. Callis was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
Indeed. The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callis had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene. But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person. About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned, do you think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
It's very possible.
No matter what others might say, he'll always be the man I respect the most. And he'll always be my boss.
Don't worry. I will definitely find the truth. You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well. Hey, Thierry, it's me.
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
Oh, so you've got news of that already.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
I mean, where I work, it's really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson.
You enjoy the rustic
Callis
life?
did a fantastic job running the town, building Spina di Rasula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my way. It would be next to
Like the
impossible
Goblin
for me
family.
to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city.
Like, why are the Rasula boys, the Rasula gang, so well dressed, but they live like fucking goblins.
Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
Yes. These two are my partners. What happened at
Hello
the Opera
there.
House made us realize that Linny's case and my father's may be related. We're trying to reinvestigate the details of my father's old case.
Files from your father's case. I can help you look for them.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own.
Okay, you're off the list of suspicious people, because people would not admit that so casually, knowing full well that they really try to run up on Navia.
Why do you ask? We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
Well, you see, just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardamex in the city. So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do is get rid of the mecha serial numbers and send them after me.
Hypothetically, of course.
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very different from controlling them.
Hypothetically, of course.
If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage. If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret. So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units. They're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both. Now that you mention it, though, being in the synth business would definitely be profitable enough to afford this.
Oh,
makes sense.
Then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Oh, well, thank you for the vote of confidence, Navia. Jokes aside, I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation. I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so just come find me if you need any support from the guards.
Gotcha.
Hello, how may I help you?
Oh, Kalganai?
I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can just say Navia's looking for him.
Sure, I will let him know right away.
The fuck was the point of that whole little thing? Just have the guy be there.
Hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my legs are giving out a bit.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
Oh, you were at the Opera House too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show.
Oh,
Who knew
really?
it would turn into a whole murder mystery? I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive. To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf, I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploits over a few glasses of wine.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
Too late.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine
The
is as a
flying
nation.
midget beats
Everyone loves drama
the
and
gremlin.
theatrics.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating now? If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabrières will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
Y'all try to hound y'all try to fucking hound the blacksmith
Thank
here?
you, Uncle Marcel. But I don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike while the iron's hot. Do you have any new thoughts on my father's case?
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me, so it'll take me a while to recall my memory. The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink with the guests. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
Of a gunshot?
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself.
Just a
We'll
gunshot?
ask around some more. See if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora. All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support. I'll spend however much it takes to clear his name.
Marcel, why'd you just hear a gunshot? You just heard a gunshot? Let me...
Ah, alas. Why do these kinds of things happen to the kindest people?
We've talked to all 3 suspects, purely based on their conversations with me.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
No, why Marcel just hear one? Yeah, none of them really stood out. I mean, one did.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many years. Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
But where should we start?
But who among the 3 suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex?
I'm gonna say Marcel, just because of that one gunshot.
Uncle Marcel? My father did really trust him. And they worked together on a large number of projects. Maybe that's how he got to know Jacques. And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamex. Still really hard for me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child. Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of Mora and energy to fight his own synth business?
Maybe it was somebody else. Just that one gunshot thing, just...
You know, if you think everything through, Uncle Marcel is indeed the most suspicious of them all.
Exactly. All because he heard one gunshot. How the fuck do you hear one? Wait.
Could we be missing
There were
other
2.
suspects?
There were 2.
Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these 3, did he?
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair and well considered. When he laid out his case for the 3, the rationale he gave me made a lot of sense as well. The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight. Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
He is someone who's very close to you after all, so it makes sense. It's like, what the fuck was Miles' uncle? What the fuck was Miles' uncle again? You know, the Prowler, Spider-Man, Miles Morales. What was his name? The Civ Productions base.
Yes, Malus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely risky, but we don't have any other options right now.
Let's go bust out some drug dealers.
We need far more solid proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Okay, we're not busting out on some drug dealers.
Nadia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking for you.
What happened?
Aren't you the guy from the guards? Did something happen?
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
What?
Wasn't that place built specifically for
every day
trials? What's so newsworthy about this one?
Actually, it's a nation. Why am I surprised that every day there's a trial? It makes fucking sense. What am I talking about? It better be not someone we know about. If it's someone we know, then we gotta really reevaluate our friend circle, man.
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm not surprised about that one. It makes sense. It was only a matter of time.
What? Is that someone you know?
Oh boy, Navia, it's to be expected. It was only a matter of time before the feds caught him.
We know him. Maybe even a little too well.
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. It's absurd, don't you think?
I'm surprised that you think it's absurd. Do you know the guy? Is he like your friend? Are you like drinking buddies or something?
How? None of our investigations have had anything to do with him.
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away. If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
Right. Because they'll think they've already found the culprit.
Yeah. and it'll be a lot harder then to clear Mr. Callus's name.
I understand. Well, partner, what do you think we should do? We still haven't found any conclusive evidence.
There's only one piece, and it's not even evidence. It's just a testimony. So yeah, let's split up. Get the fuck away from me. Go
Split
cry in a
up?
corner or something.
What do you mean?
Split up, Navia. You know what that means? I'm confident in my combat abilities, and you can go to Ernie's while I go investigate that place.
Just as expected of my partner.
There you go. So go sit over there and do your thing. Just like how you managed to bust us out from that court case, you try and bust Ajax out of that
Since
shit.
this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Irenaeus, leaving his home base wide open. You're right. This is our best opportunity. All right then, let's do this. I'll stall them at the Opera House and charge Marcel as the true culprit. I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you to make it back in time and hand the decisive evidence to me.
Alright, leave it to me, Nadia. I'm gonna go kill all those drug dealers. There's gonna be narcos up in this bitch.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
Ah, my Lord
I
Silver.
don't care.
When did you two
I
get
know
here?
it.
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that you might require our assistance.
God, she's so pretty. She's at home, guys. She is home. Look at her. She is home. She's back home. How are you talking normally under what the fuck?
This is the entrance that leads to the synth production base. It sure doesn't seem out of the ordinary at all.
Well, they don't want it to stand out.
You're right.
How are you
A
talking
place
normally?
like this is bound to have a ton of protective measures and mechanisms.
You're bugging.
Navia's probably arguing up a storm right now to stall for us.
Just start some shit with Farina and she'll keep that shit going for a good minute.
It would appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia. Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
You know what? He's probably gonna say yes and just like for a sentence like, hey yo, can I get a duel instead?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of.
Exactly. And plus, why didn't you give him a chance to fight it out?
However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a
Exactly.
duel to clear their name. Is that right? In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion duelist Clorend, right?
Is this really all the reason it is? You decided to go through with this just because you want a
I've
box?
got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received. When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
Hey, don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House. Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
Oh, you just want to fight everybody.
No. That's not what I meant.
What now? Come on, Farina, beat his ass. Come on.
Yes, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly. And we have made very little progress.
I don't think Navia needs to do anything. This man's just gonna be like, oh, you wanna fight? Oh, you wanna fight? Come on, let's fight, guys, come on. Come on. Goku would love this man.
In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man. Huh? What's going on?
Why
It's the second time. Exactly, like she's like a regular. She's like, God damn it, not this shit again, God damn.
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui Harbingers.
What are you, a Fatui apologist or something like that? You just dick riding
Miss
now?
Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjections.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics? We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default. Correct?
He's probably gonna say, "Hey, Naga, shut the fuck up. I wanna fucking fight these people. Shut the fuck up."
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating.
I forgot, he's a gentleman too.
I've gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway. So I'll take you up on that offer. So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
Where the fuck is Child's Fatui boys? Like, he probably has like a gang or something, right? Like, where's his gang at? Probably like his goons, you know? Actually, like, Ekaterina's still in the air, like,
Take a seat for now in the audience. That doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted.
Oh, he took him out of the witness stand. He
now
just...
then, Miss Navia, who
Oh,
is the
the defense
person you'd
stand
like to
or
charge
something.
instead?
That person is...
Come on. Marcel.
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabriere.
Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
She is just dripped out. She got the fit. Golly, Jesus Christ, I didn't know NPCs could be so extravagant.
I've heard of them, but weren't they
This really is the
Zoola's
Zoolanders of Genshin.
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Oh, you know they love
Please
this.
let
They
me
eat
remind
this
you,
up
Miss
there.
Navia, that
They
charging
just
someone
eating up this
is an
sweet
incredibly
nectar.
serious matter. Committing to the
Just
charge also means
just
taking
suckling
on
on this
legal
nectar of
responsibilities
drama.
associated with it. If the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation. Knowing this, do you still wish to charge this man?
Hell yeah.
Yes, I do.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your places on the court. Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may stand trial.
This man is shocked, confused. He is
Mr.
befuddled.
Marcel, you will not require an attorney. Is that correct?
Oh, you don't want an attorney?
Apologies. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on.
Look, rule number 1 in law, do not ever represent yourself. Get yourself an
I think
attorney.
an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just
Oh
a
dear,
misunderstanding between
you're just
me
signing
and
your
Navia.
deathbed right over here. You're giving Navia here you're giving Navia over here the free pass.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father? Come on, why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor, and remember, both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun. If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as well?
No. How many gunshots were there, Marcel?
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some details of that case.
Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can explain my charge and reasoning.
I see.
All right.
In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, Jacques still had no reason to pull the trigger. In truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him. After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him from the scene. Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite sensible to us at the time. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the primordial sea.
Ah, so that's what happened. Wait, you're telling me
Again, Mr. Dribbler over
water
here.
from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish to prove your innocence.
Ah, but I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, we primarily need to determine two things. One, do you have the evidence to back up your claims?
I'm afraid not. At least not at this very moment.
Oh, come on. The eye roll. The side eye. That bombastic criminal side eye.
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time, regardless of age or gender.
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a reasonable investigative direction.
Why do I feel like Farina's acting a little differently today?
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again?
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you described, then why didn't Mr. Callus explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved, he could have at least mounted a defense.
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were more important to him.
So, you mean to say, your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course. All you need is to ask his opponent, Clarand. I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have to do anything for my sake. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
So, during the duel, did you believe that Callus was intending to die?
Yes, I did. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callus never intended to leave the ring alive.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
Sorry if I'm being quiet, I'm just really invested.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
I mean, there was water dissolution, so I don't know what Mark can tell you, Chief.
Right? What she said was fascinating.
Chief
but
Joseph, let me
kind
just
of
call you
beside the
Chief.
point.
Wait, weren't they just talking about
Dribbler
the
back
serial
at it again.
disappearances case?
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of timing. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots. And at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene. Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
So that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I still can't help but find it a little preposterous.
What do you say?
I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia.
Oh my.
It's one of your most endearing traits.
No need to appeal to pathos.
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
Know what you can say to that.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations until I'm the only one left on the list. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own daughter? But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Ah well, let Uncle Marcel teach you another lesson. Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
What is? Oh, I heard one gunshot, man.
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade. My business only thrived when I received Callus's patronage. But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
Ooh.
I do apologize, Demoiselle. This was my mistake.
God damn it, Mel is getting old.
No, it's not your fault. I'm sure he had come prepared.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case of the serial disappearances? You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time.
This man is airtight. This man has got all his bases
Could those
covered.
records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
Seems like she got the wrong guy. At this rate, Navia will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life. But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now? He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own feelings. Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
Damn.
This isn't just about me, and it never has been. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth. While that same agency has long been taken from them, the people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. I'm sure some are coming to those of you in the audience as well. And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vacher?
Oh.
Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
Nobody's like, huh?
I was waiting for you to say that.
A little while earlier at the entrance of the Civ production base. Under the sea. Look at her go. She is home, boys. But I'm really disappointed that they can't just die. Because look, if you get like Lynette. Look at this shit. What Kokomi can. It hurts my heart. It hurts me. I will only swim as Kokomi. That's something I can. I say that and I switch to Lynette. It's just why can't she jump out of the water? Why Hoyoverse? It could have been great. It could have been perfect. You guys almost had it. You were near perfection.
We had a good thing, you stupid son of a bitch. It was perfect, but no, you just had to blow it up. You and your pride and your ego. You just had to be the man. If you'd done your job, known your...
After all that, we finally made it to the innermost sanctum. Though, as expected, the mastermind isn't here.
If I'm not mistaken, he's being charged by Navia as we speak. So it wasn't Sandrone. Ah, well, you win some, you lose some.
That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence so we can get back to the Opera House and help Navia. A bunch of really cute things. Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box.
Oh dear. There's a name too.
Oh, Paimon sees it too, but why are all these cute things labeled with different girls' names?
Yeah, they're the victims.
Huh? You mean the girls from the serial disappearances? They were brought here, and then they were turned into water, and all the boxes of things. These names. That means... Oh, this is terrible.
This guy's fucked. Marcel is fucked. Jesus fucking Christ. Like, you're reaching the Tory levels of fucked up. You're not there, but you're getting there. You're getting there. You're well on your way.
Let's see what's written here. Nothing escapes Detective Paimon's eyes.
Alright, what you got?
Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an investigation report on him.
Okay.
Yep. It's about finding someone to assassinate Jacques and Callus because of a lack of confidence that Jacques himself would go through with it. This should prove the existence of the third person, right?
We just got everything here.
We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he will still have the upper hand. He can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. The only option left is to remove him from the picture entirely. I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch Navia. Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups.
They planned well in advance.
They're all just so evil.
They all scum. They're all scummy. They're all evil little boys. That's pretty cool. Pretty good. Can't go in it. Why? It looks cool. It's a cool pool.
Look! There's an important-looking basin over here, and it's full of water.
That's water. I thought it was like crystallized ice.
That means
that's primordial seawater.
And that special water is the main ingredient. If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth. But the pure stuff can dissolve a human.
So this is where they make crack?
Incriminating evidence.
These look like sea ganodermas. You think the kids that were dissolved were Fontaine kids?
What's this over here? Looks like some kind of place for research. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea and use his theory as a foundation to achieve a breakthrough. The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved.
Oh my. Paimon, you okay?
Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just that Paimon's never read something so scary before. How can someone write something that terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone? You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going.
Alright. The goal of the researcher is to save his lover, a woman called... that one, who was dissolved.
So that's why he did all of these experiments. Like, did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane!
There's also another name here. Vasher.
Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case.
No, he is the researcher.
You mean Vasher is the one who did all of these... experiments?
He signed off on a bunch of the experiment reports. The voice I heard, yeah.
So that's it. Vache was no victim, but personally took his lover and... No, that's not it either. If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water?
Probably wants to find a way to save his lover.
In any case, Paimon will write it all down.
Experimental records have been written down. Let's see what else we got here. Bottles. Oh, we got the product. This is the product.
There's so much
Jesse.
synth
We
here.
have product over here,
And
Jesse.
so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the primordial sea.
So many.
Mixing in progress. Ready to drink? Stock sample? Huh. They've also got all the synth pretty clearly labeled. Whoa, there's even fruit-flavored synth?
Oh damn. They're expanding.
Yep, it's super obvious.
After obtaining the final piece of key evidence, you race back to the Opera Epiclese.
And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vache?
Huh.
Oh, so you... I was waiting.
Navia, we're back!
As expected of my partner. I just knew you'd return in the nick of time.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
Yeah, at this point, you might as well just let him go, man.
Given their confidence, I expect they've found the crucial evidence.
You say you've never heard of Vache.
But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vache.
Okay, Zach.
Huh?
We've investigated your lair and we already know everything. After your lover, Veneer, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you. You even created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vache.
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances rarely go that far. And with that, Marcel's motive has now been established.
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense. Well, Marcel, do you know where you went wrong?
Living.
You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around you. So, you never noticed how we changed, or how we grew as individuals.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
Or our determination to see things through.
Your determination.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself. Otherwise, the trial will move on to the next stage.
Do you really think I wanted to do any of this?
What?
Pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? Ever known how it feels to watch the love of your life dissolve right in front of your eyes? No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me.
Damn, that's crazy. They laughed at you. They laughed at your loss. Damn.
They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vignere's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those who were dissolved are gone forever. You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the suffering of the people. Vignere is dead.
Alright, preach, Marcel.
We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes, I will follow.
Okay, calm down and don't dissolve yourself
I'm not
now.
from this blasted place.
Okay, you are since
I
9.
can't be dissolved, no matter what I do.
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
He just had that shit. That shit looked like a half a gallon Coke bottle.
I can't dissolve. Can't dissolve.
can't dissolve.
Oh, you drugged yourself. I forgot. That should make you loosey goosey. Make you some violent stuff, yeah.
Do you all see? I can't go. I can't follow. So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back?
You're just going through it now, bro.
All of that, and in the end, that accursed Callus still got the better of me. I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
Don't touch me.
Okay,
Don't come near me. I still need to save Vignere. Her promise. We made a promise. Vignere, please, Vignere. Don't think badly of me. All I want to do is fulfill our promise.
Yo, Marcel, you good? You feel like kind of choking on that and the PSW right there.
Conviction, the charges against Mr. Tartaglia no longer have any basis.
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like that, I'm actually feeling pretty good.
Hey, good to hear, man.
Traveler,
good to hear.
Please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the truth behind the serial disappearances case. Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearances case, with the truth revealed to all.
Looks like, it was not centered on at the end, but it's alright. We'll see her and her crazy self soon, you know? Eventually we'll see her. I hope. Please. Please, I beg of you, let me see her. But anywho, good mystery, good mystery. See, everybody liked that. You know, the 5 people who stood up.
The oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vacher.
God damn it!
Guilty.
Yeah, that was pretty self-explanatory. Kind of just let it all out, huh?
Take Vacher away.
Good. It's what he deserves.
With that, the serial disappearances case is over now.
We really just witnessed history. Who would have thought the true culprit would be such
What
a
are you
polite
doing?
and well-spoken guy?
Yippee! We helped Navia bring the bad guy to justice! He's hurt so many innocent people and now he's finally getting what he deserves.
Yep.
Are you okay?
Hit him with a metal pipe over the head. Like, you can understand the reasonings, but man, you didn't have to go that far, bro.
Demoiselle, you were absolutely brilliant.
The day our late boss had always hoped for has finally come. You can rest easy now, knowing justice has been served.
Yeah. It's finally over. It's all thanks to you guys. And my partner.
Partners?
See, Papa? Spina di Rosula's still doing well with me at the helm.
Good stuff, Navia.
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy ending.
Ain't that right,
Since it's been
child?
such
Let's
a
get
great
out of here.
show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some business to attend to. So, if you'll excuse me...
Have a good one, man.
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
Why?
What now? None of this has anything to do with me.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it time for side characters like me to exit stage left?
Please respect the laws of Fontaine. This has always been the rule.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over there, right? Let's just get this over with.
This
Evidence
is a hassle
presented
right
in the
over here.
trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the serial disappearances case. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia is innocent of the charges. We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges.
Alright, let's get this shit over with, man. What?
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Tartaglia is guilty.
What? The fuck did he do? Out of everything they could have charged this man on, they charged him on false accusations. What? Remember when this guy tried to drown a whole city? No, we ain't charging him on that. Everything else. Kidnapping kids, which, well, not kids, young ladies, had nothing to do with it. It has been clearly exposed, and they charged this man. What the fuck?
What?
Exactly, what?
Hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent?
Exactly, what the fuck?
What's with this verdict? Is your justice machine malfunctioning?
Yeah, probably.
This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually returned a different verdict from the Chief Justice.
I mean, have
Guess
you ever
the
heard
machine
of
hates
innocent
gingers or
Daily
something. What?
Harbinger? Do you think the Oratrice might have just convicted him on general principle?
I mean, makes sense. He did try to drown a whole city and probably did a whole lot of fucked up shit, but still. On this case, he hasn't done shit.
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't affect the verdict in this case, right?
Fuck happened with the machine? The fuck did you do, Lenny? Did you fuck with the machine so that Ajax will get convicted or something?
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is, by law, the final verdict of the court. We must accept the guilty verdict.
Didn't they say the Hydro Archon can also have a say in the verdict?
Guards, please take the suspect into custody per court protocol.
What? Okay, yeah, that's right. We ain't gonna accept this shit.
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
Alright, Ajax, okay, child. That's 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. 6. Ooh, okay, nice combo. Go for the twin spears, okay. Oh, you really angry, you mad, you big mad. Child is angry. Oh, he going foul legacy. Oh, they updated his appearances. You did not just do that, Nurule. You did not just do that.
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
You did not just do that. You just broke rule number 1 of anime. Do not interrupt the man when he is transforming. Still gotta lick off. Eren Yeager. Now this motherfucker, goddamn. You want to follow? Oh, here you are breaking the number 1 rule of anime. Never interrupt a person while they are transforming. God damn.
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, the Oratrice's judgment is the final verdict of the court.
What's kind of fucking bullshit? Why you entrust everything to a fucking machine?
All I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
Yo, Burita, the fuck?
Why are you looking at me? I had nothing to do with it! I don't know what happened there either. Hey, stop staring at me!
Damn.
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
Exactly. Like, what you trying to say, lady?
She says
Trying to
she
say,
has no
Fossilor?
idea either, but that's impossible. Didn't she create the Oratrice herself?
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
Exactly. The god of justice.
My dearest citizens,
A little viewpoint. I
did
didn't
you
get that.
really think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in this court? Did you really believe that the judgment could be mistaken or be the result of some sort of random mishap? Don't tell me. You thought even I had been blindsided by the Oratrice's result.
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious she had no idea what was going on.
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that just took place, including my supposed shock and bafflement, was a part of an elaborate performance.
This motherfucker.
Of course, for every performance, there is a script. Everything has unfolded exactly as I expected from the very beginning. As the embodiment of the very concept of justice, the Oratrice shall never render an arbitrary judgment.
Okay,
If you thought
damn.
a child had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, it is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance of innocence. Everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond ordinary comprehension and completely unforgivable.
I mean, yeah, he has done some fucked up shit, but in this case, he hasn't done anything.
All shall be revealed in time. You will come to understand my noble intentions, as well as the absolute correctness of the Oratrice's verdict.
Man, I love her laugh.
Now, having
So
said
unhinged.
that, although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this performance to end. As the lead actress, I shall be the first to take my leave. Toodaloo!
Get the fuck out of
So
here.
she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she just said?
She probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any idea.
Yeah, she's just a single-celled organism.
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him!
Uh-oh, he's making a run for it. Oh.
Hey, traveler!
Why?
Marcel, what are you doing over here?
Stop resisting arrest! Cease, or we'll add another charge to the list.
No, wait. I just want to ask the traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Go on.
Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vacher? I erased all records of that name. So, unless...
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her?
Calm down there now. Calm down.
How did you manage to do it?
Calm down there. It was around the fountain.
The Fountain of Lucine? Then she's been so close to me all along. And I just never...
Yo, calm down there. Calm down there, Marcel.
Please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the traveler take me to the fountain to see her one last time. This is the last request I'll ever make in my life. You can do whatever you want to me afterwards. I don't care.
What? Give an inch and you want to take a mile? Do you think serial killers get to make requests like that?
Paimon agrees. Why should we give him what he wants when he's only done a ton of super terrible things?
This request, is it worth as much to you as your life?
Of course! Wait, no. It's worth even more than my life.
Yeah, I think you demonstrated that.
Humans. Will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy spiritual needs? Very well. I will grant your request.
Your Honor, I fear that...
I will go with him. You do not need to worry about any escape.
In that case, I shall leave him in your most capable hands, Chief Justice.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Your Honor. Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Back then, I drank some water from the primordial sea. It heightened my sensitivity to the hydro elements.
Yeah, and even Paimon could hear her after drinking that thing. Didn't you just drink a lot of it on the stage as well? Oh, in that case...
Yeah, you just chug that shit down. You just fucking chugged it.
Ah!
Yes, that's it. So you heard it too.
Vinier, it's me. It's me, Vache.
Vache? Vache?
I'm here. I'm here. Where are you, Vinier? I'm coming for you. I'm finally here for you.
Hey, wait! Be careful! Hey, what?
Vinier, is that you? It's me, Vache. Vinier.
Vache? Why did you come? Didn't I say? You don't need to look for me. You look a lot older than I remember. How long has it been?
Well, at least you got to meet Yo. I just got to meet Yo Lover again, huh?
More
But he didn't
than
do a lot of
20
fucked up shit.
years. I've suffered for over 20 years since the day you left. All this time, only the thought of bringing you back has kept me alive. Nothing else mattered to me. I must be dreaming. Who would have thought I'd get the chance to tell you all of my feelings like this? Vinier, you are my everything. I really don't know how I could live without you.
But Vache, if you ask me, this world would be better off without you.
Oh my.
What are you saying?
If not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one day.
Oh.
If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts, and my works would have been displayed in the Palais Mermonia itself. If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not have grown old and died alone, with nothing but the tears on her cheeks.
Oh dear.
It's all because of your selfishness, Vache. It's all because of you.
I think you're about to get fucking soul fucked here, man.
Wait, you are not Vinier. Who are you?
You're right. I am not Vinier. I am the sacrifices. Every woman who died by your hand, as our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back to the primordial sea. Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea. And we were no longer individuals. But we became one. Just as streams of water come together in the sea. I'm Cressy. I'm Lemony. I'm Azine. The only one I am not is Vinier.
Why? But then, where is Vinier?
She doesn't want to see you anymore.
Oh, damn.
Every tendril of her consciousness is avoiding you.
Oh.
This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. You said time and time again that you'd do any and everything for her. But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? If she would despise you for what you became?
Damn.
You are a liar, a heartless murderer, and a cowardly narcissist. The only thing you are not is Vinier's beloved.
You guys are just beating this guy with an just grilling him. You guys are you sure you guys aren't from the Natlin or something? Because you guys are burning him. You guys are incinerating him. Rightfully so, too.
From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vinier's, she has had nothing but pure hatred for you.
Damn. So I didn't be back there. They must have wanted me to lure him.
No. Yeah. She can't hate me. Let me see her. Please. Have mercy.
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Vignier. She really doesn't want to see you anymore. But on top of that, she also said that because it's her final drop of pity for you. She said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no mercy to you.
Oh, damn.
Vache?
Y'all gonna so... Vache, you're about to get so fucked here. Oh, shit.
You should kill yourself now.
That shit's scary. You just got so fucked. I didn't read that in time. Did he die or not? I assume not. Nope. He did die. You lost your pity. I'm gonna go with that. He did die.
Finally, we have some time to do shopping. Gosh, it's
And
really
it's
been
raining.
a long time since we've been able to relax.
Huh. Well met, partner. I knew something great was going to happen when I woke up in such a good mood today.
Even this weather can't put a damper on the demoiselle's mood.
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Hello there, see you, Silver Melu.
Yeah, it's been a few days. Paimon's already started to miss you.
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always bring home the bacon. Who wouldn't treasure having a partner like me?
Sounds like you're really enjoying life these days, Navia. What have you been busy with since the trial?
It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making non-stop trips between Poisson and the court since then. Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father. We never held a memorial when he first died, since everyone knew that even if we held one back then, no one was going to come. This time, though, everyone in Poisson, and even many people from the court all attended.
So his name's definitely been cleared now. That's what we like to hear.
It's been the dearest wish of Demoiselle all along.
That blasted stubborn fool. I was right to put my faith in him. I'm so glad I didn't give up on the case all those years ago. I should pay a visit to my father's grave and tell him the truth of what happened, as well as how it all ended. And on top of that, just how much people still look up to him to this day.
Good to hear.
That includes me, too.
Miss Navia.
Indeed.
I don't want to go. I feel that's something she needs to do for herself, but can I come too?
We want to go too. We also think Callis is a really admirable person.
Sure thing. I'd like you two to share the moment with me. After all, without you, there might not have been such a positive ending.
And in that case, everyone, let's be off. Considering the recent weather, we'll be lucky if we can reach Poisson before dark.
Yeah, you're right. It's been raining non-stop for a few days now.
Man, Nouville's been crying his eyes out.
This is where my father's grave is. To be perfectly honest, even I haven't been back here for a long time.
Thanks for the detail.
Huh? There's someone there already. Wait. That figure. It can't be... Isn't that Neuvillette? Why would the Chief Justice be here? Huh? Navia?
My apologies. I should have asked before coming to pay my respects.
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I was trying to say there's no need for you to apologize. I wanted to show my father how much I've grown. But still, I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice would feel compelled to apologize to me over and over.
In that case, I will stop apologizing for now.
You really could use some pointers on understanding human emotions, Monsieur Neuvillette. In any case, why did you come to Poisson?
Well, ever since that day, I've been turning a question over and over in my head. Just what is justice anyway? There was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important to humans than life itself. Oh, rather than that, It's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature, or consider certain things to be more important than their own lives. Which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fateful duel. I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing more important than one's own continued survival. But Mr. Callus proved me utterly and decisively wrong. If not for his sacrifice, the serial disappearances case would have remained unsolved to this day. Mr. Callus made the choice he did for his daughter, for his associates, and for many people completely unrelated to him. And in the end, from a certain perspective, one could say that he did it all for the sake of justice. A justice that's higher than life itself. So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callus in person. I should have noticed all of this much sooner. This regret has filled me with a sadness that has haunted me for days. That high and mighty chair in the opera Epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work and perseverance.
I'm sorry for being mad at you before. So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but pretty thoughtful on the inside, huh? That reminds me of Silver, one of my guys.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to understand Nouvelle. He's a really sweet guy if you think about it. Like, he's really chill. But God fucking damn it, now I want to pull for him. God damn it. Fuck. Shit. Fuck. God fucking damn it. I had 3 people. Now we're adding 4 into the fucking list. I swear, if Rosty, or whatever the fuck his name is, starts doing some crazy ass fucking Mike Tyson moves, just starts going left, right, doing like fucking 1, 2, 3 combo punches, that's gonna be bottom on the fucking list.
Pay your respects to her father.
We ran into Navia on the streets today, so we just followed her here.
I see. Then is there something that I can help you with?
Well, it's pretty hard to run into you like this since
You know where my
you're
sister
super
at?
busy. So we figured we could try to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would be my pleasure to return the favor.
Alright, so, about the water, what the fuck's up with the Primordial Sea?
The bad guys referred to that special water as water from the Primordial Sea, but what is it really?
It's Sprite.
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise that Vacher and his ilk only learned of its nature and existence after extensive research.
It's Sprite.
There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different from that of the sea we know today. Most of Tevat's life forms were first born in that special sea. You could say it nurtured much of the life on this planet.
Huh. So it really was where everything began. It makes sense to call it primordial then.
But today, the Primordial Sea no longer exists on the planet's surface. What Vacher discovered must have been some kind of special case, or a remnant from a truly ancient age.
Huh. So that's how it is. Oh, you really know everything, Monsieur Neuvillette. But if that's the case, then why would people, at least people from Fontaine, dissolve in that kind of water?
Indeed. Why would the Primordial Sea, which was known to engender and nurture life, suddenly reverse itself and devour life instead?
Especially those from, those born in the borders of Fontaine.
To be frank, that also doesn't match my understanding of this world and its laws. There must still be some unknown secrets around the people of this land. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Alright, so, about the prophecy, what the fuck's up with that?
That the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Farina crying alone on her throne, but the sins of the people will be finally washed away for good. Does that appropriately summarize the version you've heard?
Yes, it does.
Right! It was Lenny that told us back then. And that about covers all the main points.
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have no choice but to confront this prophecy directly. Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Hydro Archon left to the world before she passed away.
Also, she just wanted she was like, oh yeah, all y'all gonna fucking die. Peace.
A prophecy? Of the former Hydro Archon? Wow. This is the first time that we've ever heard of it.
2 parts of the prophecy have already proven correct. The rising sea levels and the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved. We should be more vigilant and stay on the watch for further signs. Speaking of the prophecy, Farina has also always taken it quite seriously. Indeed, she has been collecting information and intelligence from across Tevat for this purpose.
Oh, really?
If the rumors were true, then perhaps this prophecy is the conundrum left to Farina by her predecessor.
But with Farina being the way she is, can we really trust her to solve it?
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Alright, that's just about sums up. You do not trust her. So she's dumb as fuck. So, about child.
My apologies. My investigation has still not reached its conclusion.
Y'all sound like Supermax or something?
I still believe the judgment of the Oratrice was not rendered arbitrarily.
But you also said you thought he was innocent.
For many years, I have been quite aware that the Oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the verdict that I give on each case. As a divinely created mechanism, the people's unified faith in the concept of justice is integrated into it. Not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, but it likely also possesses other traits, such as self-awareness. Which is all to say, I have been prepared for a situation like this for a long time.
So when Lenny told us that he heard a human voice from the room where the Oratrice's core is stored...
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture.
The machine speaks.
I'll add that to the list of items to investigate. In any case, I am inclined to believe that the Oratrice does have a methodology all its own.
It was like the Torian, they're just being a little basement dwelling goblin, just like, yo, Lenny, pass me that PWS.
Based on Farina's reaction, I doubt even she had any idea what was going on. She managed to bluff her way through it, though, the time-tested twin tricks of bravado and drama. While we do intend to get to the bottom of this, for now, we regret to say that the Fatui Harbinger will just have to bide his time in the fortress of Meripede. If we did incorrectly
I just sent him to prison, alright.
Commit, we will most certainly compensate him to the fullest extent allowed by the law.
If you ask Paimon, the only compensation he'll want is a no-holds-barred fight with you.
Oh yeah, definitely. He will go straight to you and just stay. Oh, so y'all want to charge me for this shit? Alright, I'm gonna give y'all something to charge me for.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Alright. It's the second chapter. Didn't expect to reach it this quickly. Let's see if you can one-up Nahida.
Your sibling. Another blonde-haired traveler. I'm sorry, but I've never seen anyone who matches that description.
Take me back to Subaru. Take me back there. Take me back there. I don't want to be here anymore. Take me back there.
If she ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure she followed our laws to the letter and had
you know what? Off to
Natlin.
Let's get out of here. Whatever. This has nothing to do with us. Arleshino's got this shit covered. Let's just go.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Yeah, I'm good.
Very well.
Bye.
It was my honor
Off
to
to
provide
Natlin,
you with
boys.
the answers I could. I very much enjoyed conversing with you.
Oh, so
It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility behind and return to Palais Memoria.
You really are super busy, Monsieur Neuvillette. Paimon thought you only came here to pay your respects today because you had the day off.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off, and so justice must work around the clock as well. This is merely the nature of a justice's work.
Alright. You've got a point.
Point has been acquired.
Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped.
You feel a little better now, Neuvillette? Well, that does it. I enjoyed these 2 Archon quests, and I can't wait to go to prison. I think that's the prison anyway. Also Celestia.